Shabbat Shalom, and welcome to Shabbat at Temple Bethel, Israel. Hine ma tovu manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tovu manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tovu manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. We wrap ourselves in the fringes of the talit. Whether we wear a talit or choose not to, we still spiritually wrap ourselves in the blessings and the obligations of the mitzvot, and therefore it is for all of us to offer the blessing. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehitatef batzitzit. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to wrap ourselves in the fringes. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asani b'tselem Elohim, who made me in the image of God. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asani ben chorin, who has made me free. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asani Yisrael, who has made me a Jew. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, ozer Yisrael b'gvura, who girds Israel with strength. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, oter Yisrael b'tifara, who crowns Israel with splendor. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu la'asok b'divrei Torah, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to engage with words of Torah. Elu dvarim she'ein lahem shi'ur, she'adam ochel peroteihem ba'olam hazeh, v'hakeren kayemet lo la'olam haba. These are things that are limitless, of which a person enjoys the fruit of the world, while the principle remains in the world to come. They are honoring one's father and mother, engaging in deeds of compassion, arriving early for study morning and evening, dealing graciously with guests visiting the sick, providing for the wedding couple, accompanying the dead for burial, being devoted in prayer, and making peace among people. But the study of Torah encompasses them all. Blessed is the one who spoke and the world came to be together. Blessed is the one. Blessed is the one who continually authors creation. Blessed is the one whose word is deed. Blessed is the one who decrees and fulfills. Blessed is the one who is compassionate towards the world. Blessed is the one who is compassionate towards all creatures. Blessed is the one who rewards the reverent. Blessed is the one who exists for all time, ever enduring. Blessed is the one who redeems and saves. Blessed is God's name. With songs of praise we extol you and proclaim your sovereignty, for you are the source of life in the universe. One God, life of the universe, praised and glorious ruler. Your name is eternal. Blessed are you, Adonai, sovereign, who is glorified through praise. Ashrei yoshvei veitecha, od yahalelucha selah. Ashrei ha'am shekacha lo, Ashrei ha'am she'Adonai Elohav. Happy are those who dwell in your house, they forever praise you. Happy the people who have it so. Happy the people whose God is Adonai. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabbah, be'ol madi v'rachilu teviam lich malchutei, v'chayechon u'v'yamechon, u'v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, ba'agala, ba'agala, uvizman kariv v'imru. Amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach, le'olam ulal me'omaya. Yitbarach, Yitbarach, v'yishtabach, v'yitbar, v'yitramam, v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar, v'yitaleh, v'yithalal, shmei d'kudesha, b'richu. Le'elam in kol birchata v'shirata, tushbichata v'nechemata, da'am yiran be'alma, ve'imru. Amen. Blessed, praised, honored, exalted, extolled, glorified, adored, and lauded be the name of the Holy Blessed One, beyond all earthly words and songs of blessing, praise, and comfort, to which we say, Amen. Baruch hu et Adonai hamvorach. Baruch Adonai hamevorach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam, yotzer or uvarei choshech, oseh shalom uvarei et hakol, hameir la'aretz v'ladarim aleha berachamim, uvtuvo mechadesh b'chol yom tamid ma'aseh v'reishit. Ma rabu ma'asecha Adonai, kulam b'chochma asita, mal'ah ha'aretz kinyanecha, ditbarach Adonai Eloheinu al shevach ma'aseh yadecha, ve'al me'orei or she'asita, yefa'arucha, Selah. Or chadash al Tzion ta'ir, v'nizkech chulanu mehera le'oro. Baruch atah Adonai, yotzer hama'orot. Praised are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, creator of light and darkness, who makes peace and fashions all things. In mercy you illumine the world and those who live upon it. In your goodness you daily renew creation. In wisdom you formed them all, filling the earth with your creatures. Be praised, Adonai our God, for the excellent work of your hands, and for the lights you created may they glorify you. Shine a new light upon Zion, that we all may swiftly merit its radiance. Praised are you, Adonai, creator of all heavenly lights. Ahava Rabba Ahavtanu, Adonai Eloheinu chemla gidola v'tera chamalta aleinu, ba'avur avotenu v'imotenu, shebarchu v'cha vatlam dem chukei chayim, kein techanenu utlamdenu. V'ha'erenenu b'toratecha, v'da'abek libeinu b'mitzvotecha, v'yached levabeinu le'ahava u'liyirah et shemecha, v'lo nevosh, v'lo nikalem, v'lo nikashel le'olam va'ed. V'ha'erenenu b'toratecha, v'da'abek libeinu b'mitzvotecha, v'yached levabeinu le'ahava u'liyirah et shemecha. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha B'chol levavcha uv'chol nafshecha uv'chol me'odecha Ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavcha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta baham b'shivtecha b'veitecha uv'lechtecha v'aderech uv'shachbecha uv'kumecha ukshartam le'ot al yedecha v'hayu letodafot ben einecha uchtavtam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha lema'an tizkeru va'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'hitem kidoshim le'Elohechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim lihiot lachem le'Elohim ani Adonai Elohechem. Adonai said to Moses as follows, "Speak to the Israelite people and instruct them to make for themselves fringes on the corners of their garments throughout the ages. Let them attach a cord of blue to the fringe at each corner. That shall be your fringe. Look at it and recall all the commandments of Adonai and observe them, so that you do not follow your heart and eyes in your urges." Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar ba'kodesh, nora tehilot, o seifele, nora tehilot, o seifele. Shirach haresha shibchu geulim, l'shimcha al safat hayam, yachad kulam, hodu v'him lichu ve'amiru, Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed. Tzur Yisrael, kuma bezrat Yisrael, Ufdechinu mecha Yehuda ve'Yisrael. Go aleinu Adonai tzvaot shemo, Kedosh Yisrael. Baruch atah Adonai, Ga'al Yisrael. Rock of Israel, rise in support of Israel and redeem Judah and Israel as you promised. Our Redeemer Adonai Tzvaot is your name. Blessed are you, Adonai, for redeeming Israel. Adonai Sivat Tivtach Upi that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel v'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'Koneh HaKol, V'zocher chastei avot v'imahot, u'mevi geula livnei b'neihem, l'ma'an shemo be'ahava. Melech ozer u'moshia u'magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham be'ezrat Sarah. Atagi le'olam Adonai, Mechaye hakol atah Rav lehoshia. Mechalkei chayim b'chesed, Mechaye hakol b'rachamim rabim, Zonech noflim v'rofei cholim, Umatir asurim, Umekayim emunato, Lishenei apar, Michamocha ba'al givurot, Umido melach, Melech memit umechaye, Umatzmiach Yeshua. V'ne'eman atah lahachayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechaye hakol. You are forever mighty Adonai, you give life to all. You sustain life through love, giving life to all through great compassion, supporting the fallen, healing the sick, freeing the captive, keeping faith with those who sleep in the dust. Who is like you, source of mighty acts? Who resembles you, the sovereign who takes and gives life, causing deliverance to spring up and faithfully giving life to all? Blessed are you, Adonai, who gives life to all. Let us sanctify your name on earth as it is sanctified in the heavens above, as it is written by your prophet. Holy, holy, holy is Adonai Tzvaot. God's presence fills the whole earth. Kadosh, Kadosh, Kadosh Adonai Tzvaot, Melochol haaretz kivodo. Adir Adirenu Adonai Adonenu Adir Shimcha b'chol haaretz, Baruch kivod Adonai mimkomo. Echad hu Eloheinu hu Avinu hu Malkeinu hu Moshienu, v'hu yashmienu berachamav le'enei kol echai. Ani Adonai Elohechem, Yemloch Adonai le'olam, Elohayich Tzion, L'dor v'ador. Hallelujah. L'dor v'ador, L'dor v'ador, L'dor v'ador nagid galecha. L'dor v'ador, L'dor v'ador, L'dor v'ador nagid galecha. Ulenetzach v'tzachim kedushatecha nagdish, kedushatecha nagdish. V'shivchacha Eloheinu, v'dinu lo yamush, le'olam le'olam va'ed. L'dor v'ador, L'dor v'ador, L'dor v'ador nagid galecha. L'dor v'ador, L'dor v'ador, L'dor v'ador nagid galecha. Ulenetzach v'tzachim kedushatecha nagdish, kedushatecha nagdish. V'shivchacha Eloheinu, v'dinu lo yamush, le'olam le'olam va'ed. L'dor v'ador, L'dor v'ador, L'dor v'ador nagid galecha. Shamru b'nei Yisrael et Shabbat, Asot et Shabbat. Shabbat לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. We continue silently with the Shmona Esrei and meet together at Sim Shalom. Sim, sim, shalom, sim, 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 shalom, sim, 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 shalom, Tova v'racha. Sim, 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 take a moment as we think of those in need of healing, be it physical, spiritual, or emotional. So now we come to a brief devar, a brief discussion of this week's Torah portion. This Torah portion is Bo, and the concept here is that Moses is now told by God to go to Pharaoh and basically, you know the story, let my people go. And we know that doesn't work out very well. Why? First, God says to Moses, go talk to Pharaoh, and the first thing Moses says is, you talking to me? I can't do that. I'm not enough of a speaker. I'm not eloquent enough. Now, historians think that the idea of this story is that maybe he had a cleft palate and he wasn't comfortable speaking publicly. But God said, you're going to do it because I asked you to. But you can take your brother Aaron with you so that he can be there just by your side. And ultimately, Moses cedes the point and goes to Pharaoh and says, I know you're Pharaoh, you know you're Pharaoh, but my God is bigger than you. And it is time for you to let my people, the Israelites, go to our land, a land promised us by our God. Now, we know that Pharaoh sort of chuckles and goes, sure, let's see what your God can do, bring it on. And there is a litany of plagues. There are 10 of them. We know them all. Blood, locusts, this, that. And it ends with the death of the firstborn. But there are two questions that come up. One, how long did it take? How long did it take for the 10 plagues to happen? It's not meant as a funny, but as you read the story, you go, first of all, I'm not sure why God needed to make his point 10 times, but how long did it take? So, I went to that biblical source and looked it up on Google. Not true. but you can. In any case, it appears that if you add up all the days, according to Exodus, it was somewhere around 25 days. Although other people suggest that for it to happen, any one of the curses, and then to finish and clean up in time for the next one, it could be as long as 50 days. 50 days of Moses going back and forth saying, my God is going to really mess you up this time. And he does it 10 times. And you start to go, first, what is God's point? Adonai, the sovereign of the universe, the creator of the universe, certainly could have said, you're pushing your luck. I don't care if you're Pharaoh or not. You're pushing your luck here, dude. After the first one. But that's not what happens. The story says God hardened Pharaoh's heart. Another interesting puzzle. Why does he do that? And part of the answer is he does it, A, to humiliate Pharaoh in front of his own people. To say, I am Adonai. I control all of this. I have done all of this. And your Pharaoh might be good, but he's not that good. And it goes on and on. And what happens through the course of these 10 plagues is the authority of Pharaoh diminishes. And the strength and power of God is built up. And the people begin to stand in amazement of the God of the Israelites, who can continue to do these things to Pharaoh, who becomes seen as weaker and weaker and unable to protect the people. And at the end, the slaying of the firstborn, an awful tragedy, a terrible plague. But when you do that, you create complete chaos. By killing the firstborn of every family, you take away whoever was going to be the head of that family. You take away a generation of potential leadership, and they all have to look to somewhere else. They could look to Pharaoh, they always did, but how's that working out for them at the moment? Not so good. And eventually, at that point, when God strikes at the thing that they love the most, Pharaoh finally goes, enough already. Go. And even then, Pharaoh, with his hardened heart, changes his mind after they leave. And he goes, what am I talking about? I'm Pharaoh. So their God did a couple of magic tricks, did a couple of nature things, made a couple of locusts jump up and down, whatever. I'm in charge. And he sent his people to chase. He sent his huntsmen in chariots to chase down the Israelites. And the sea parted. And the person who was in charge, so he thought, Pharaoh, lost an enormous battle. But it wasn't just a battle for the people, it was a battle for the soul of the people. They no longer had faith that in his authority and his power. And Adonai, our God, helped us cross through the Sea of Reeds to the other side, and he closed the water on the Egyptians and allowed us the opportunity to move forward on a journey to freedom. And what did we do at the end of the story? At the end of Shirat Hayam? At the end of the Song of the Sea? We started to dance and sing, and God became angered and yelled at us and said, how dare you? How dare you rejoice when children of mine are dying. They are not Israelites, they are Egyptians. They were the taskmasters. And yet, how dare you rejoice at the death of another? The great lesson for us. At some point, we are all children of the Creator. How dare we think that we are better than, bigger than, more chosen than, more worthy than another. God created all of us to go on the journey together. That is our responsibility. That is our job. And if we look in our country, in our world, and find reason to point finger and to dance and to laugh because our moment in life is in a better, stronger place, I utter the words of Adonai our God. How dare you? You don't answer to me. You do, however, answer to God. May it be the right answer that you offer when God waits for you to stand before and says, how are you? How was your life? Were you equal to? Or did you somehow think you were better than? You best have the right answer. Shabbat Shalom. We continue now with the Aleinu. Aleinu l'shabeach l'Adon harkol, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגור עלינו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסד ארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בגובי מרומים. הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו, ככתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום בשבות אל לבביך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ מתחת אין עוד. אין עוד. ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו echad. Thus it has been said, Adonai will be sovereign over all the earth. On that day Adonai will be one, and God's name will be one. We now pause for a moment as we look at the names of those whose yahrzeits occur this week, as we also remember those taken by the hand of the oppressor as well as over 1.5 million children taken in the Holocaust, for whom there is no one to recite Kaddish save us. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabbah, be'olma divrach chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chaye echon v'yom echon, u'v'chaye dechol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'vizman karib yimeru, Amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach, le'olam u'lalmei al-maya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach, v'yitba'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, V'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shemei dekudsha b'reichu le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiran ba'olma v'imru Amen. Yehei shaloma Rabbah min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru Amen. Oseh shalom b'mramav huya aseh shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimeru, Amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us and to all Israel, to which we say, Amen. God bless this house and your house, each and every one of you. As we go forward on this Shabbat, let us go forward to God, to holiness, to kindness, to joy. Shalom. Shabbat Shalom.